David's going to be sharing with us tonight. We're excited about David. David, tell us before you start how long you've been coming to the church and a little bit about how that started. And look at this guy dressing up here. Don't get used to it, all right? Don't get used to this. Do this tie just a little bit. I started coming to this church back. Okay, it's been that long.
About 4 years.
Well, no, it's been over 4 years. It's 2015, so I guess 2010, because my mom was talking to Paul when Paul was the youth pastor, so that makes me aged here for the youth group. Once my mom gets a hold of somebody, so it was pretty much, he bringing me to the church, and once I found this church, I'm like, okay, I'm stubborn, I'm going to stay here, and I'm leaving. So about 4 weeks ago, Dustin asked me, "Hey, can you talk during this talent show night?" I said, "Sure." Thanks. I appreciate it a lot. You know that time flies. But I want to give you guys my testimony, since I believe none of you have heard it. I don't like telling people about my life, because I don't want to write a book yet, so you guys get it in your own eyes. So when I look back, I see God putting people in my life that helped me get to Christ. Now, I'm not going to bring up every single point that it ties in here to, my life. I could just have, something stupid, like when I was 5 years old or something like that. It ties into my testimony, how God helped me out of that, but now I'm going to go down rabbit trails in words. Okay, so back in 2010, February of 2010, I was on this farm, and it was my sister's horse riding classes, and I never cared for that. I don't like going outside. I like staying inside. I don't like leaving the house. I sound like 83. I was on this farm, and my mom was talking again. There's a connection, yeah. To this, a parent that sent her kids to Western Yando Christian School, which is a school I currently go to. And she was talking to her about, sending me to there, because I didn't care much for, my mom didn't care much for public school, and I wasn't fine with it, because I don't want to go anywhere. I like staying where I'm at. I didn't care much for the school either. I was a kid that never fit in, okay? I don't like rap. Everybody there likes rap. I don't care about shoes or buying shoes. They love buying shoes. Some of the stupidity in our generation. But eventually, I know it says shoot who you're going there. They sent me this thing, this little testimony, little pamphlet thing, give your testimony so you can send it. And I'm like, what's a testimony? Now I'm giving a testimony. Yeah. Ain't that funny? And I didn't really know the Bible either. I just, the Bible to me was that book in a hotel that had really soft pages. I love to open it up and write. And I didn't care for the chapel. When I went there, I didn't care for the chapels at the beginning. And I thought Bible classes, you do your homework quickly class before because at Western Yando Christian, we have our Bible class first, so you get to catch up on all your homework. Next class is math class, so you got to double up, get the calculator out. And this is also where I met Jordan DeSantis. Some of you know him. Right now, he is not doing good at all. Please pray for him. I wish I could tell you what's going on in him, but I cannot, because I haven't asked his mother for permission for that. But during October of that year, they had this video on evolution and creation, Now, being in the public school system since from yay tall, the only thing that was taught to me was evolution. That was, basically your religion, evolution. That was everything. And, me going from, public school to a Christian school, they're teaching creationism. Now me, I'm sitting there defending it because it's the only thing I knew or ever believed in. But during this video, it broke it down for me between evolution and creationism and why the truths of each basically broke it down for me in words. And what happened was, at the end of the video, they had the salvation message there. So at the end of the day, I went home, went to my mom's bed, and I prayed the most important prayer of my life. But that wasn't the end of it. Of course. Now I am in the section where you do not do anything with your faith. I am the Christian that doesn't do anything. Work in progress. First year, Jordan DeSantis, gets me on this Word of Life camp thing. I'm like, okay, yeah, this will be great. And there's this campfire thing. And basically they were telling about God's will. And I didn't want to give up, my whole life. I wanted at least, when I was thinking in my head when everybody was praying, I want to have at least 5%. I don't want to give God all of it. That's what I thought 1 year in my faith. Oh, it's not, where I am now. And I look back now, it's been something to me. It makes me realize that I could have been doing a lot better if I actually paid attention more, or listened to the Word more, or read my Bible more. I could have been deeper in my faith, but I have to be stubborn, like I usually am. So I answered these. I kept on going to Word of Life for the next couple of years, and for the camps, and it's pretty much do nothing years because I was doing nothing again. But over the last summer, we had this thing where we had Word of Life again. Donovan and the whole youth group, they actually went for the first time. It was amazing. Probably because Dustin's youth pastor, and he's not, he's probably not an alumni of the place anyway. But we went there, there was a huge powwow or cider cabin. It's like everybody had a guitar. So I picked up guitar there, and also it surrounded me with a lot of firm believers in the faith. And that helped transform me to where I am. Next week we're going up to Momentum, which I think is better than Word of Life, because you know what? You don't have to have a counselor hovering over you 24/7. It's a truth in this place. Thank you. Now, Word of Life is a good place, but I like to go down to Starbucks and get me some coffee without having somebody watch me. Okay, government. I'm just thinking of a new joke and calling counselors government now. I'm going to go there tomorrow anyway, so I get to make a new complaint. This is wonderful. I get to pick out every little thing they mess up on. But during Momentum, I realized that it was basically me rededicating my life to the Lord. Yeah. And having you there helped out a lot. I got this. Yeah, I know. Thank you. And I sat down with John right after Word of Life, and I made him my accountability partner. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. Because if I did not do that, I would still be in the do-nothing years. But, thank you. It was during one of these, Super Wednesdays, we were talking about, the character, what's called gifts, or whatever it is, characters, I don't know. Something in that big thing. And it seemed like I have all the, gifts and
Characteristics.
Thank you. I don't care about my grammar at all. I do not get great grades either. God always uses the people who are the underdogs. It seems. Good thing my name's David. But yeah. And I think I have all the characteristics as a pastor. So, and it wasn't subtly where I thought I should become a pastor, but it's been like a lot of things I've seen in my life that helped me come to the decision that God's leading me to become a pastor. And also, during this camping, I actually realized it's not my will, that I should be giving the 5% to Him, because, I want to have a better life with Him than instead of my own little stupid needs, my own little, ideas for my life. It's going to be better with the Lord because He has a greater plan for me.
That's right.
Praise God.
So, make sure I don't take over too much time because then yell at me and sound good. I'm flip the paper now. But this youth group, and it's been nice to me. It helped me grow my faith too. I wish Paul sometimes was the pastor, because the youth pastor. Well, I'm not saying anything bad about Dustin, but you give like 1 hour and 30-minute sermon. It turned into a theology class for me, and I kind of enjoy that. So that's kind of why I want to go to Word of Life, so I can put theology classes in there, and the music. Maybe I'll get to play bass. Please pray for me with Word of Life, and I'm going to try to do SDC this year.
Great.
And that's going to be another great, that's going to be better than camp. That's going to be 8 weeks of it. So, think about 1 week of camp could do for me, what can 8